Hey, hang on. Does it work?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So I'm sorry about that. I'm like the Amish. I don't know how any of this stuff works. So it made me change the password,
Mm-hmm.
and then I changed it, and then it made me change it again, and then it wouldn't let me log in with that, and then I had to like log in like 10 times. So I'm
Okay, yeah.
sorry
Yeah,
about all
it's
that.
all good,
But
man. It's all good.
how you been?
Pretty good. How about you?
Nah, not too bad. Not too bad. But
Okay, so
thanks for having me on, dude. I really appreciate it.
yeah, sure, yeah, no problem, man. Guys, I'm here with actually a friend from high school. His name's Michael Strobel. Yo, just tell us a bit about yourself, man.
Yeah, so I'm basically like what would happen if the Niles from Frasier and comic book guy from The Simpsons like combined into one and like a Gattaca-esque designer baby. I started doing stand-up comedy a couple months ago, so that's been a lot. I don't do it that much, but when I do, it's a lot of fun. Um, yeah, that's kind of the gist.
So, where do you go to school, man?
I go to school at Yale.
Yeah.
At Yale, which is has its ups and downs. It's very interesting, but it's very different from Hillsborough.
How so?
It's like, well, one, the bathrooms have soap, but more than
Not broken, right? The toilets aren't broken.
wow, you'd be surprised about that.
Oh.
The buildings are like actually, but no, it's just different. Like, it's like at Hillsborough, I feel like everyone was like roasting each other all the time. And so I went in and I was like, like trying to be friendly, but I would like roast people and whatever.
Yeah.
And then I kind of realized, I was like, wait, like no one does that here. But to me, it's odd not to do that because it's like a way to be friendly.
Yeah, because it's like you grew up in that environment. It's like
right, and even my
going on?
family, even my family, like I grew up, I was getting cooked every day, so so it was a little bit of an adjustment, but it's nice. It's nice. A lot of papers.
Yeah, so when I was like with you in high school, like you were like really into like, comic books and art and stuff like that. Because I thought that was like the route you were gonna take. I was like, this guy's gonna own his own comic book store, like create like the next Marvel. Like, what made you go down the comedic route? Or is that something you want to do, like professionally?
It's a good question, and it's one I don't at all have an answer to. I don't know. I mean, I've always been interested in comedy ever since I was a kid. Comic book. I mean, it's hard because like it's comic books. You can be like, it's much easier to see that people are into that because like I always wear like the superhero T-shirts and stuff like that. Like, there's no T-shirt with like George Carlin on it, or there is, but I would feel weird about wearing that. But I know I've always been really interested in comedy. Yeah, going back to when I was a kid, like I remember when I turned like 14, like my birthday present that year was basically just that my mom told me a TV show called Eastbound and Down existed. It's like the funniest show I've ever seen. But yeah, so I've always been, but I'm still interested in comics too. There was a long time where I really wanted to be like I wanted to be a comic book artist when I was a kid. And what I realized was that I have no natural talent for that. And I wanted to do it, but I didn't want to do it enough that I was willing to like put in the work like you're doing. So I was like, well, what else can I do? I was like, I'm an okay writer. So then I was like, I'll be a comic book writer. And that kind of like wasn't panning out that great. And I didn't do like that much with it. I was just like, I have to have something when like, old people ask me what I want to be when I grow up. So I'm like, I'll say comic book writer, but it would switch around. Like I would say comedian sometimes too. But part of the reason for that actually, because I hated as a kid, whenever someone asked me what I wanted to do, I'd either say comic book writer or comedian. And I ended up always saying comic book writer because when I would say comedian, people would go, "Oh, tell me a joke," and I was like, "Oh, I'm like 8. Like, like that's not how it works."
So
like,
when
I'm not a
people
jukebox,
when people said that you wanted to be a sorry for interrupting you.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
When people say you wanted to be when you told people you wanted to be a comedian, did they like were they surprised and like that's a completely like left turn or something?
No, I mean I don't even know if that's what I want to do like long term. Honestly, like the job. Okay, so the track that I want for my life is I finish college, play the Joker in a movie, become a late night talk show host, and then retire to a small farm in the breadbasket of America and open up like a little diner like in the old sitcoms and then like the local teens hang out there, and we have like a contentious relationship, but like deep down we love each other. And then I would like give them some kind of advice, and it would end up helping them in like whatever they're doing. Or like the mayor would be like, he would be bumbling, but he would be evil, and he would try to shut the place down, and then they would like do a car wash and raise money. That's my dream. But
very detailed. Gotta be the next Jared Leto. Yeah.
I maybe I liked him. He was a good Joker. But he was a good Joker. I know. I'm the only person on planet Earth who likes Suicide Squad, including the people who made it. But I really love that movie, and I like the new one too with Joaquin. The only one I didn't like, well, I guess The Dark Knight didn't really have Joker in it. It had Heath Ledger in clown makeup, but that's not really the same. So yeah, I didn't like that. But no, so I'm sorry, this got so off track.
No. This is actually really important because like the audience gets to know like who you are, like what you like to do, like stuff like that. So
I am a man who cannot stay with a single line of questioning. I would be the worst witness in a court of law that you could ever have. Like they would be like, "Did you see the victim? Yes or no? Did you see the victim?" And I'd be like, "Let me tell you a story about when I was 8 years old. Went to my grandparents' house." And then it would go into like a 30-minute long, discussion of that. But yeah, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So I guess last part of the intro is like what's it like at Yale? Do like people eat like croissants and stuff and like scones and like drink tea?
Well, it's interesting. There's a lot of range. The kids there, by and large, they're pretty fancy, but they don't like realize that they're fancy. So it's interesting. But no, it's I don't know. I don't know how to even really describe it. They're very like everyone. The one thing I will say, I've never met anyone there who I didn't think was at least nice on some level. Everyone there, they're very friendly. They're very, very nice. But it's like, okay, the way that I usually put it is, I feel like compared to most, not all, obviously, but compared to like a fair chunk of the people there, they're way more book smart than I am, but I have a lot more street smarts.
Yeah.
But what's bad about that is I don't have a lot of street smarts. So it's very like, like nerve-wracking. But okay, like a good example is my room has been infested with mice.
Ooh.
And everyone who sees this who is from there is going to be sick of hearing about this, but my room is infested with mice. We've seen like 10, and I killed it. I trapped and killed the mice because to me they're vermin. They don't belong in the room. And so what I do, I get these little glue boards and they run along it. They get caught. I throw it in like a little like those old like Christmas cookie tins where your grandparents store like the thread and old photos. Okay, I trap them in there and then I throw them in a dumpster and then they die. And people do not care for that. Like one girl told me, I was telling her about it, and she's like, "That's the worst thing I've ever heard." And I was like, "No, like there is the Holocaust at least."
Yo, PETA's gonna come after you, man, because you got mice.
Yeah,
you killed some mice in your room.
But yeah, so like stuff like that. So like it's weird to me that like it would bother them that I killed the mice, but like on some level it's nice because they like they don't want the mice to die. So they're like probably better people than I am, but I'm more practical. I'm like Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men, where he's like, "You want me on that wall, you need me on that wall." That's what I always.
You're definitely braver than me, man. Because if I saw a mouse in my room, I'm probably like, I'm moving out. Like,
oh no, I got like a little bit of like almost like PTSD from it. Like because I caught one and it was squeaking like crazy. I did not care for that. So I went, I ended up getting it. My roommate helps me. Thank God for him, because we have a whole system now where he like puts the mouse in the bag and then I take the bag out and throw it away.
Yeah.
Because I can't put the mouse in the bag. I get too nervous. But, so then I was at Walgreens and I heard it squeak and it took me like an hour to get rid of it. So I heard it squeak nonstop for like an hour. And And I was at Walgreens the next day, and there was like a little, like, you know, one of those like little security tags or whatever started beeping, but it was really like faint, and it sounded like the squeaking of the mouse, and I like flipped out in the Walgreens. I was like, oh, like that in the Walgreens. I was like, not again. So I definitely, like, there was a period there where I would like hear like the building's old. It's from like 1800 whatever. So you would hear it like creak, and then I'd be like, it's on the move, you know. I would be like looking for it, trying to find it. So, and you can never find them. You just have to wait for them to get. That's the worst part. You see one, you can't. There's nothing you can do because they're so fast and they're so small and they can fit in anywhere. So you see one, you just have to let it go until it gets on a trap.
Yeah. Dang.
Put out a few more traps where you saw it, and that's what you can do.
Like I can't think of any like moments like. I've come across like dead rats because there was a dead rat in my garage.
Ooh.
Like, yeah, and God, like when I opened that thing up, like I almost passed out, man.
Oh God. How long is it in there for?
Probably like a couple of months, to be honest. Like for some reason, I thought I had saw something like scurry past me, like in the corner of my eye. I was like, no, screw it, and I just closed the garage door down. And then a couple months later, the freaking rat was in there. It's dead. Yeah. I'm glad it didn't like have babies or anything, but like.
Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta be careful for. I haven't seen that, thank God, but you know it's happening because you see a bunch of them.
All right, so let's not scare the viewers anymore with like more rat stories.
All right,
let's get into some topics here real quick. Okay, so let me see what I sent you. Okay, so
I can pull it up if you want.
So first topic is time management. So you go to Yale and everything, and is it pretty strenuous there, like the courses?
It's kind of, I think, like anywhere where it depends on what you take. And it comes in waves. I mean, obviously, like around exams, it gets busy, but it comes in waves, kind of. Like I'll have like 1 week where I'm just slammed, and then I'll have another week where I have very little going on. But yeah, I'd say it's like it really anywhere else. It's not special for that.
So since you go to Yale and like you do like comedy work, right? Like you get different gigs.
Yeah, I mean a little bit. I mean, it's not. It's in a smaller town called New Haven, and the town is actually pretty nice, but there's no comedy clubs in it.
Yeah.
So it's a small town in Connecticut. Like there's not I was gonna say there's not a bustling nightlife, but there kind of is. But there's not like a lot of. There used to be. I was reading about it. There used to be, but for whatever reason they closed. So I'm kind of when I'm here, well, I'm a little bit limited because I don't have a fake ID, and a lot of the clubs you have to be 21. I'm 20, so I can't do that yet. But I found a couple where you can be 20, so I try to go to those, just doing like open mics.
Yeah.
But there they have I'm in a sketch comedy group. And then they do a little bit of stand-up before the shows called the Odd Ducks. And they do stand-up before the show, so I do stand-up with that. And then, but we only do like 1-2 shows a semester, so it's not, a lot. And then I also there's something called the Cucumber, and they do a show once a month. And so I just get, it's like in the FBI, like where they're like, all right, like send me the assignment. Like they'll send you like Monday, they'll be like, we're having a show Friday, like sign up if you want to be in it. And then I'll put my name down. But more like for that, I tried, I'm trying to write like 5 minutes a month, even if I don't, find a place to perform. And just that way you keep it going. But I'm going to try this next semester. I'm going to try to go, because it's, like a 2-hour train ride from New York. So I'm going to try to do a couple open mics in New York. Okay. We'll see how that goes. That's the tough audience, but we'll see how it goes. If nothing else, it's good practice, good learning.
Yeah. So what kind of person are you when it comes to like time management? Or do you like schedule your day out, or are you more of like a go with the flow kind of person?
I like to know what I'm doing. Like I'm definitely not I don't like to have stuff dropped on me at the last minute.
Yeah.
But within I would say I know the things I want to do in a day, but then within how those things get done, I'm pretty adaptable. I'm not a planner guy. I don't sit with a plan. I know a lot of people. I don't know if you just did ever this GCal. Do you know about this?
What is it again?
It's called GCal.
What is it?
I don't know. It's some internet, probably Google with the G. And I don't know. You put like all these little events in it, and then you can see. You can like monitor. I don't do all that.
Well, you said GCal.
It's called GCal. Yeah.
Oh, like Google Calendar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know a lot about technology. Like I was telling you earlier, it took me like 10 minutes just to log into Sky. I'm like the Amish with technology. I don't know how to use it. But yeah, so I don't do any of that. But I definitely am not like a last minute person either. I got to know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, like me personally, I find that I tend to get like really lost when it comes to like what I'm gonna be doing for a specific day, because there's like so many things I want to do, like especially with this YouTube channel, like with my dogs, my family, stuff like that, and I have so many things in my head, like where do I start? So what I find is like actually planning out my day like really helps me, because I'm that type of person that like needs something set out in order to like do something, because I can't really make up my mind, to be honest, like what I want to do. And before I know it, the day is like already over. So I was like, dang, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, sorry, Mick.
No, that's okay. What are you about to say?
Oh, I was gonna say I've been there 100 times.
Yeah.
That's just more than 100. 100 taking all is not that much.
I'm not saying like I'm like an absolute legend when it comes to that. Like still, there are those days when I write down something the night before, like all the stuff I want to do.
Yeah.
And then like it sometimes it doesn't even end up happening.
Yeah.
But when it does happen, it's like it's pretty good. Like I feel productive at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And there are those days when I feel productive, and then there are those days I feel like watching like a few episodes of Mandalorian.
Exactly. I've been watching that. I'm behind. Yeah. I'm behind still, but
yeah, that's pretty good. I like it, especially the music in there. Oh man.
Oh yeah, I love when he walks in the thing and does a little like that was a terrible representation. The little whistle thing. Yeah, that was a terrible representation of it. But yeah, no, I've been really liking it. I'm a little sick of the Baby Yoda though. I don't know what you think of him, but
people really love it.
It's too much. It's all wrinkly. When they show it from a distance, it's cute. When they zoom in on the face, and you can see like all those fine hairs and like the little.
I really like how they did like the puppet and the CGI. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that. I'm not a big CGI person, so I for the amount of things I watch that have heavy CGI in them, I don't like CGI. So I'm glad they did the puppet.
Okay, so Frick, where were we again?
I'm sorry, real. This is the time management.
Yeah, time management. Okay, so when do you get these gigs? They're usually at night, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't like nothing comes my way. Like I have to. Well, I guess it does a little bit at school, but mostly. Well, the way. Okay, here's a good story. So the way it works, at school they just email me a couple days ahead, and they're like, "Oh, do you want to do it?" Whenever. For doing it at clubs, you have, because I'm not, a pro. I'm not getting paid for this at all. I'm just doing it trying to learn, and you have to get really, or not really good, but you have to get, you have to get more experience before you can get paid or anything like that. I'm just doing like open mics, like. So the club I usually do them at in Tampa is called Side Splitters. And it's like a very stereotypical like comedy club kind of thing, which is great. That's what I want. And so you email them if you want to do an open mic. You email them like 2 months ahead, and then they email you back like a week later. They say, okay, like you're good to perform on this day. You send them like maybe 3 or 4 dates you want to do that they're having the open mics. They do them like every other Sunday, and so then they'll say, okay, like you can do this date, this date, this date. And so he's like, great. So I did that. So the first time I did it was in May, and it was Memorial Day weekend. And I'm nervous. I've done sketch before this, but I've never done stand-up before this. And so I made the plan back in March that we emailed back and forth. They said, okay, you're going to come in. So I show up. It's Memorial Day. There's a ton of people there performing that night, like 3 hours worth of people. The show started at 9. It didn't finish till like 12:15. So it's going, and they don't call me. So I'm getting nervous at this point. I'm like, I'm nervous because I want to perform. I'm nervous. I got a few people there. I'm nervous because I'm like, when am I going? So the show just keeps rolling. So eventually they get to like the second to last guy, and it ain't me. And I'm like, I feel like I'm not going to be the last guy. Oh, and the other thing, people had left. See, the time you want to perform is in the middle at these things, because that's when everyone is drunk, but everyone is still there. Like, people haven't started leaving yet. Basically everyone was gone. It was like the staff, like 2 people who were like too drunk to get in their cars at that point, and then like me and like 2 of my friends. So, and then the MC. So I was like, oh, I don't think it's gonna be me who's the last guy. So I went up to talk to the MC, and he's like, hey, like I signed up. What's going on? And he's like, did you sign in when you got here? I had no idea there was, a sign-in. What? So I'm like, no. And he's like, all right, well, we can put you on, but you're gonna have to go dead last. And I was like, well, at this point, like, yeah. So I went back to the table. So I went completely last. There were like 6 people in the room, all of whom had just spent the past 3 hours listening to non-professional comedy. Dang. The hardest audience you can have. I made them laugh. I did 5 minutes. I got 1 laugh. I was so proud of that 1 laugh. And it wasn't even something I came up with. It was something based off of what someone else had said. But I was happy with that. But I did it terrible the first couple times I did it, because I was trying to like find a style. So I was basically, and I wrote too much. Like it was 5 minutes, and it's a hard 5 minutes, but I wrote like 7-8 minutes worth of material. And so I'm trying to just burn through it. But I was like, I have to have more jokes, and like that way it'll be funnier. So I'm trying to burn through, and comedy is all about timing. It's all about going slow. Yeah. I'm up there trying to burn through like 8 minutes of material in 5. So I'm like, I'm like, I'm like shouting, I'm like screaming at the audience, but not in like a good way. Just because I'm talking loud.
Not like an Alex Jones kind of screaming.
Yeah. I'm not talking about like how the water's turning the freaking frogs guy or any of that. So I'm just like popping off, and so it was bad. And then I kind of have been like able to find a little bit better style, but yeah. So that's how the side splitters.
Okay.
Now I know to sign in. I always sign in when I go there.
So it's true, like comedians do have a joke book, like according to like Joker.
I don't know about that. What is it? I don't have one like his. I don't need the FBI coming to search this place. But
yo, like Fondo and I, we like make a joke, like that part in the movie where he's like, your son's been hit by a drunk driver or something like that.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, we said that he just didn't post it in r/dank memes. That's the problem.
It's kind of true.
So there's no like app that you have like called like gigs.io for like when you
really?
No, well, I'm asking.
Oh no! I don't think there is. You just have to kind of find stuff. I mean, right now it's not that hard to find stuff, because I'm literally just only doing open mics. So you kind of just go where you can. But yeah, no. I mean, ultimately, if I do it to a point where I'm getting paid, like, yeah, I would have to do something like that. But right now, I just kind of...
Dang, imagine this was a sponsored video. Like, download gigs, download gigs.io. Like,
but hey, if you're doing better than me, get gigs.io. I feel like that. If not, let's make it, and then we can sponsor ourselves. You're gonna have to do all the work. I don't know how to do any percent of that. But
dang, you're old school, man.
But I want to cut. I want at least 50%.
Okay, all right. We'll talk about that. We'll see.
We'll
do some stuff under the table. But anyways,
yeah.
Serious question. Back on topic. So,
yeah, sure.
Has there ever been like a point where like your work with the gigs and everything has like ever gotten in the way with your studies, or you usually get your stuff done like before you go on?
Yeah, I mean it has. I kind of look at it. I mean, I don't do it enough that it's like a huge imposition. Yeah. But well, I did it mostly over the summer. But since I've been doing it since school started, I mean, there are definitely times where I'm like, well, I got to do like this, and this. But I try to, the thing that's helped me is I just kind of look at it as like another class. Like, I just factor in. I'm like, okay, like, what are the things I have to do this week? And I'm like, okay, like, that's one. Yeah. And so included as one of the things I have to do. But I try to do the schoolwork stuff first. Yeah. But I was actually pretty lucky the way my schedule worked out this past semester, because I had everything was kind of due for me in the week by Wednesday, which is not ideal because it screws up your weekend. But it was good because the stuff like that is always on like Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
So I always had like not that much work on Wednesday, Thursday, and and then obviously Friday. So I would have time kind of Wednesday and Thursday to practice for it. If not, but if I had the schedule I had last year where everything was due Friday, it would have been much harder. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes going forward. But
so, I guess we can move on to the next topic then.
Yeah, sure.
So,
No.
Let's see. Accomplishing goals. All right. So you said that you're not entirely sure that you want to like go the comedic route, like when it comes to like being professional and stuff like that, or yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was I just don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I know like the gist. Like I know I don't. I know I'm not a STEM guy. I don't know the science and math and stuff. But I want to work it. I know I want to do like something related to entertainment. Within that, I don't know. I'm still figuring that out. But I know I definitely want to do something related to that. Probably, I would want it. Probably what I'll like end up trying to do, and who knows if I'll pull it off. But what I would end up like trying to do is do kind of like a Judd Apatow sort of deal, where he like mostly works in like producing, directing movies, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But then he'll do like stand up on the side here and there. And that's most likely what I'll end up trying to do. Again, I don't know. But that's I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
So frankly, I have a good answer. Beyond the I know I want to move to the breadbasket and have the restaurant, but beyond that.
Yeah, so when it comes like, well, since you're like on that route now, but you still don't know for sure, of course. Like, how do you usually like work on like that goal? Well, like how do you stay consistent with it?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I try to do things that I think are like generally helpful. So I try to do like stuff that, like the talents I guess that I try to develop. I try to do for like stuff that would work in any field. I mean, not science and math, but any other kind of thing. So I try to like. Yeah, there's not a good. Can you like edit this part? Because I'm
yeah, sure.
But it you don't actually have to. But but this is what see, this is why I either can't shut up or I can't talk. But I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I guess I don't. Frankly, I guess I don't. I mean, I try a lot of stuff, and okay. Here's what I'll say. There's this thing called oh my god, it's called The Art of Failure, or The Power of Failure, or The Value of Failure, some kind of something like that, or of quitting, maybe. I don't know.
I think it's like failing fast or something like that.
Yeah, the gist of it is that whatever it's called, the gist of it is that you figure out stuff, you try a bunch of stuff, you figure out what you're not good at, and then that helps you narrow down like what you are, and then it gets narrower and narrower and narrower. So I guess I try to do that a little bit. Like I try to try a bunch of things, and even if I don't like them or I'm not good at them, at least I tried it. Now I know I'm not good at that, so I know that it's not worth my time. I'll focus more on the things that I think I am good at. So I guess that's kind of what I try to do.
Okay.
But I don't have like a clear end game in mind.
So is there like a point where you want to be at when it comes to like I don't know, like time management or just being consistent with things? Like, is there like, do you like have like any like idea of like where you want to be in the future?
I mean, vaguely. I know, like I said, I know I want to do like some kind of entertainment thing, but beyond that, no. I'm kind of figuring it out as I go a little bit. It's not really good, but
well, people say that's actually like okay, like because we're pretty young guys, right? Like, well,
Yeah.
it's like the teenagers were like old people, but you know, like we know we're pretty young guys, right? And we have like a lot of time, you know, try a lot of things. And are you familiar with Gary Vaynerchuk?
I'm not. I know him a little bit because you post about him a lot.
Yeah.
I looked him up last night, but I saw he's like Belarusian, so Putin will be taking over him pretty soon. But no, not much.
Well, basically, he says that like since like people like us are like really young, we have a lot of time to like actually try a lot of stuff, and actually in order to like find like what we're really into, and like the more we're into it, the more work we want to put in. So that's actually like it's actually pretty good to like actually like not know exactly where you want to be, but and like try some things out, because like you have like a whole bunch of time in order to like figure out what you want to do in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
No, I mean, that's reassuring, I guess. that's very much what I'm doing. So.
Because when I told my parents, I was like, hey, I want to start I'm in computer science right now.
Sure.
And people are like, I told my parents, like, hey, I want to make like an art channel, because when I was young, I've always thought about like making like this whole like these a bunch of characters and like this whole fictional universe, stuff like that. Because funny story, I sent a pitch to Sega.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I said I wrote a story for a game, right? And I sent it to them, and I got a letter back, but they're like, yeah, we don't take ideas from outside parties or something like that. But I've always been interested. Yeah, I've always been interested in that, like just like writing the story, like just making characters. But I'm in computer science, and I like programming and everything. But I told my parents like I want to make this YouTube channel about like learning how to do character art and environment art, so I can like illustrate characters and make stories. They're like, where did this come from? They expect like you to be a computer scientist and just like because it pays good, like, and everything. But
yeah.
I don't want to be stuck at like Google or anything, or just stuck inside one place doing that for the rest of my life. I want to be able to like do what I want to do and like still make a living off of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's everyone's dream.
Yeah.
That's certainly mine.
Mm-hmm.
But man, no, I get exactly what you're talking about.
So I gotta get back more into you, man. Like everybody wants to know like what's it like being a Yale student. Like,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that it's that different from anywhere else in a lot of ways. I mean, I wake up. Do you want me to do like a day in the life kind of thing, or?
Yeah, let's put the default music on. The dun 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 dun. Let's make a day in the life. I'm just kidding, man. But
go for it.
So, great.
No, I mean, it's
okay. So I have time management, working to accomplish goals, and consistency. Okay, let's talk about consistency for a bit.
Sure.
Is there something that like?
Okay, hang on. I gotta say something. This is so dumb, but I have to say I cannot. There's like a recipe or something that I read as a kid that mentioned about the frothy consistency of something, and now I cannot hear the word consistency without thinking of that, and it makes me laugh every time. So if I like look weird when you say consistency, it's not you. It's 100% me. I don't know why that is, but like it's stuck with me my whole life. I just thought it was funny. So anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like watching Food Network or something? Like, is that where you got it from?
Where? No, it was definitely printed. Because I remember seeing the words next. Like, I can visualize it in my mind. It would have had to be a recipe. I hope it was a recipe. But I don't know where it was from. Probably like Martha Stewart or something like that. But anyway, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so is there like something in your life that you're pretty consistent with? Like every day, like you just like get that thing done? Or like during the school years, like is there something that you like? Well, of course, schoolwork, of course, but like is there something that you like in your life that you're pretty consistent with, and you hardly ever like miss it?
I mean, yeah, I like not good stuff, but I mean, I always go to class and all that crap, but I mean, I would say I haven't changed a lot over the course of my life. Like, if I put you in a room with 4 identical 8-year-olds, and I say you have like 2 minutes to talk to each of these kids, they all look exactly the same, but they have different personalities. Figure out which one is going to grow up to be. You would have no trouble. Like I've changed almost not at all, to a point I enjoy the same things I enjoyed back then. Like I have not changed. So in that way, I guess I've been very consistent. But there's no, yeah, I mean, there are like routines and things like that, but I guess I don't make a point of it. Like I don't go out of my way to like keep things consistent, but they just end up being that way.
Okay.
Just because like I very much, I'm a creature of habit and routine. So you do the same stuff over and over, and it that's kind of, I guess, how I would stay consistent.
And you're not much of like a tech person, right? Like,
to say the least.
Yeah.
No. I can do email. I can text. I can do Instagram. I can do Instagram and Snapchat as of recently without help. That was not always the case. My little sister had to set up. I just got an Instagram over the summer, and my little sister had to set it up for me. I had no clue what to do. I didn't know how to. I don't know how to post stuff on it. Still, it's very confusing. There's too many little buttons. I need like the dumb down. But no,
I think you're a 20-year-old boomer, man.
That's what they tell me. That's funny you say that. My roommate was roasting me the other day because I asked him to explain to me what TikTok is. And he did. He just goes, "Okay, boomer." I was like, I still don't know. And yeah, no, I mean a little bit, yeah, a little bit. Well, that's when I had a joke I did. It didn't do that well, but I was like, I'm like transgender, but for age. Like I'm an old man trapped in the body of a younger man. I'm like Captain America, not at all physically, but.
Oh yeah, wasn't that in one of your stand-ups?
Yeah. Yeah, I did that for a little bit, but yeah, like I just don't know the stuff.
So like, since you're like not much of a tech person, like you're still involved in it, but it's not like your thing, right? Do you tend to like write things down, like a lot?
I do. I actually use technology for that. I have the little my phone has the little notes app, and so I'll write stuff in there.
What do you typically write in there? Like if it's too personal, but
no, not at all. I write. Well, I have a couple. I have kind of 3 things that I return to a lot. I mean, there are other things like if I just have to remember someone's phone number. So well, then I would put it, I guess, in contacts. But if I just have to remember something small, I'll just punch it in there. But the 3 that I most return to. I have one for if I think of something funny or an idea for stand up, I'll make a little note of it in there. And I don't end up using those a lot, but they're good to get me thinking. And then I have one that I just made. It's a list of movies that I haven't seen that I feel like I need to see. It's I don't know 50 movies long, so I'm pumping through that. But and then the other one I have is a list. Because I'm a big comic book guy. Yeah. So I have a list of I get new comics every week. So I have a list of all the comics I need to get for that week. That way I don't forget any. But those are the only 3 I return to consistently. Okay. I'm not big on it's honestly it's a really good thing to do. I'm not a big journal guy. The thing I do with that I'm reflective. I like to go on. I get made fun of for it, but I like to go on these walks. I'll just walk for an hour and I don't know, just listen to music or something, or even not, just think. But I like to do that. So that I'm I don't meditate. I'm not doing that. But I like to. I'm reflective. I would say I'm a reflective person.
Okay. Are you you're big into frick my English? Are you big into to-do lists?
Yeah. When I am when it feels. I am, but I try to make it special. I am, but only when I feel like I have an obscene amount of things I have to do. Then I'll be I'll do it more just for the satisfaction of I got this done. But not for day to day. I'm not big on today I'm gonna do this, this, and this. I like to know it mentally, but I don't usually write that kind of stuff down.
Okay. All right. So, let's talk about something else here. I got into this topic last podcast. But procrastination and laziness. Yeah. So
so darkness,
so as a Yale student, I feel like people would like be like very interested in like your experience with those two. So could you like talk about that for a second?
Yeah, well, I mean, I definitely screw around a lot. I would say, well, what I try to do, I found legitimately that I do my best work when there's like extreme time pressure. So I do kind of always leave stuff for the last minute because I don't have a great attention span. Like I can't really watch like 45-minute TV shows. The only one ever that's been able to consistently hold my attention is Gotham, and that's gone now.
Hey, but hold on a second. But viewers, make sure you watch this entire 45
Yeah, watch the entire and this. I'm sorry, there are two, Gotham and this.
Yeah.
But podcasts I can do more because I can listen to it. But I don't know what I was saying.
You're saying God. Like
I am I don't know why I came in this room.
Is this that short attention span you're talking about?
No, this is just me being old. No, okay. Yeah, so I was talking about procrastination. So I do my best work kind of under the gun. So like I like to leave stuff for the last minute. Like actually a couple of weeks ago I had to write a 15-page paper, and I did not start it until 11:30 p.m.
Oh.
And I got it done. I drank a 5-hour energy, and then I took. Do you know these little? They call them awake chocolates. Like these little chocolates, they come in this, the fanciest packaging I ever saw. And the paper, the wrapping paper, it's so nice. Like, oh my God, I love that wrapping paper. But I'm very big on like types of paper. But I ate one of those, and then I don't know if that stuff actually works. I think it's a placebo. But anyway, so I got all hopped up on that, and I was able to knock it out. Yeah, I definitely put stuff off, and I'm very good at it. I use a lot of different little tactics. I talk to, I like talk to people. I play around on the phone, read comments. I actually don't do anything long form, like because I do things that are short that I can justify more easily. So I'm not like I gotta write this paper. Well, let me watch like a 30-minute TV show from. I don't do that. I don't even like read comments really as a way to procrastinate. Yeah. But I do YouTube is a big. I can't tell. Like I've seen. There are scenes from My Beloved Suicide Squad that I've seen like 30 times. And like it wasn't because I was like after a while it was a little bit, but it was just because I was trying to put stuff off, and I was like, let me watch let me watch all Jared Leto compilation from Suicide Squad.
God.
Yeah, that's right. You heard that correctly.
Dang man, you're gonna get my video disliked.
I'm sorry.
All the Heath Ledger and the Joaquin Phoenix fans are gonna come in here and dislike my video.
I like watching Heath Ledger, but Heath Ledger was a fine actor. He didn't play the Joker. He was a fine actor. Joaquin fucking crushed it. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Frick.
Sorry. I was trying to do like a cool thing where I like lean back in the chair, and that was reminded why I don't
like
do
kick your
like
feet
that.
up.
Yeah. I was reminded why I don't do things like that. But yeah.
Alright, so yeah, I feel like I'm kind of like that person too. Like when I have something to do, like say for instance an essay, and it's announced like maybe like a week before, and people say, yeah, you should start doing it now. I'm like why? I have like
yeah.
I feel like I have no like immediate I guess you could say motivation, or like I don't have like something to like actually go ahead and like make me start doing it, unless it's like time pressure, of course. Like, I don't know like how healthy that is, but like if I get it done, like I'm just that type of person. Like I need something to like you gotta do this like right now.
Yeah.
Or otherwise, like I'm watching Mandalorian or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when it comes to so I guess procrastination does like tie into laziness. Like this is gonna kind of sound weird, but like, do you consider yourself to be like a lazy person, or?
I mean, at times, what my way that I try to go about it is like I work hard and I play hard. That I don't know. That sounds like some kind of weird NFL commercial, but I try to like when it's crunch time,
yeah,
I try to, I'll get everything done. The thing I'm really good at, honestly, I'm like, you know who I'm like? I'm like the guy who, like the boxers who, like, they're not that strong, but they can just take a lot of punishment. Like, because I'm really good at not sleeping. I can't as much now, but like in high school, like I could go with like I was sleeping like an average like 4 hours 45 minutes a night, and like
Dang.
what I would do, I would just catch up on sleep on the weekend. So I was able to like I'm not good at like forcing myself to get stuff done unless there's like a big time crunch, but I'm good at like I'm good at making myself stay up until I have everything finished. Mm-hmm. So I can get by a lot on that. But I work hard when I have to. But when I don't, like, I don't do stuff. Like when it's like break, I'm not doing anything. Obviously this isn't true, but like I try not to do stuff that like I don't want to do. Mm-hmm. Like I try to segment. Like this is the time for school. This is the time to screw around. Mm-hmm. And I don't really deviate from that. Like I used to hate when we would have like summer homework. So I was like, is this so? I was like, I did all this stuff all year. It's time to relax now.
That was some BS, to be honest.
Yeah, it was.
Especially, you remember that segment assignment for A push?
How could I forget? I'll be on my deathbed. Like, I don't know how long from now. I don't know. This is 60 years. I don't see myself living that long. Yeah, like, I'll be on my deathbed like 60 years from now, and then I'll just be like, segment, and then that'll be how it'll be like, what? That's gonna be my rosebud. But
yeah. So viewers, if you like, well, you obviously don't know. So basically, for the assignment, we had to go through like, I don't know, what was it like different like subsections, like
what is obscene?
Yeah, we had to go like several subsections and like chapters, and like had to write. What they call them, Cornell notes, right? Yeah, you write Cornell notes. Like, what did you learn from this section of the book? You write down 3 bullet points. Like,
oh my god,
what you?
And then we had to do like all these weird like coloring asides. You remember that? We had to do like all these weird drawing. Well, I guess it's the drawing, but we would. Oh my god, I was like, I'm like a junior. I'm 16, almost 17 years old in high school. I'm taking the SAT this year. Like, why am I sitting here?
Oh yeah, it's like, imagine if George Washington had a Twitter account. We had to make it.
Oh my god, that was terrible. That made me like hate the world. That made me hate myself, and it made me hate like the world at large. Any world that could produce something like that.
Yeah, so if you're an IB and you go to Hillsborough and you're watching this video right now, then you may know what we're talking about if Sigmund's still there.
Oh god, I think she is. But I have a little sister and she had to do it this past summer. But she actually they increased. No one watching this is gonna care about me, but they way upped the amount. They down the amount of homework I think you have to do during the school year, but they way up the amount that you have to do over the summer. And the other thing, they changed we had to write this 4,000 word extended essay, like research paper thing.
Yeah.
They changed it, so now all the due dates, you remember how all the due dates were like Mondays, so you'd have the weekend? They're all like Wednesday now. Wow. It's all like Wednesday at midnight. I'm like, what kind of a plan? What are you doing? So I didn't understand that, but yeah, no, that student assignment was brutal.
But like, I don't want to expose myself here, but screw it, I'm gonna do it anyways. Like, for my extended essay, I had to like write basically like an analysis on this book called Invisible Man by I forgot the author's name, but it's called Invisible Man.
God. Yeah. H.G. Wells.
Not that Invisible Man. Oh. It's like about it's an African American guy, and he feels like he's invisible in society.
Oh, yeah, that's very different.
Yeah. Actually, let me look that up right now. Let's see what time we got. Okay, so we're at 50 minutes. I just looked this up real quick. Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. Yeah. So I had to write an analysis about him, and I spark notes the crap out of that. When I had like a deadline coming up, and it's like the night before, and like I had to have something to show Miss Griffin, and like if you don't have anything for Miss Griffin, yeah, I was.
Even if you do, it's like dicey.
I was like, hey, I gotta spark notes it, and I I changed up a few words in here. Don't do this, college students. Change changed up a few words here and there. Made it look good, and I did some good analysis on it. And she's like, "Hey, I like this." So, yeah.
No, beautiful. Wow. Wait. A compliment for Miss Griffin.
Hey, what?
A compliment for Miss Griffin?
Yeah, it was surprising. Like, okay, so she. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's like a rare.
Yeah. Like, so for the viewers, Miss Griffin was she was our inquiry skills teacher, whatever inquiry skills is, and she was pretty mean at times, but like
at times.
But yeah. But
we
had to write extended essays in IB, and you get an extended essay coach, and my coach was Miss Griffin, and she was actually pretty nice to people that got her as a coach. So
I could actually, I could honestly see that.
Mm-hmm.
She could be like nice at times. There were times where she was pretty friendly.
Okay. Yeah, man. So we're gonna wrap it up here. So we got I'm moving up close because I can't see a thing.
No, you're good. You're good.
So got 52 minutes here. So
no, this was pretty healthy.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we can wind it down here. So what's something that you can tell to the viewers that like some motivational stuff, or what you want to say to the viewers like in these last few minutes or last few seconds of the video?
I don't know. Suicide Squad is underrated for one. Even still 3 years later, I won't. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Jared Leto played Grant Morrison's Joker. It was awesome. But what am I gonna say? I don't know. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it unless it's like heroin or something like that. That's they're getting the program. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a strong message. I complain about so much, and I have nothing. I'm giving the platform. I have nothing to say.
Come on, give us a Captain America speech, man.
Yeah, Captain America speech. I'm not. I'm not. These damn kids and their technology. That's as close as I can come. I don't know. Just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. If it's good, if it's bad, I don't know, do something else. What else could I say? Meryl Streep is not the talent that you think she is. Meryl Streep is not the. Oh, and go. Oh my God, how did it take me this long to get this? Go see Cats. It is a theater experience that cannot be missed. I'm being genuine with you. It is. I saw it yesterday. There is a character named Bustopher Jones, and that's not even the strangest name that a character has. The strangest name is perhaps Rumple Teaser. It's aggressively bizarre. Like the singing and dancing was good. The plot is aggressively bizarre. And then there's like one of the cats says that he's committed every human law, which means he's like done treason and like molested kids and stuff like that. And then the example that they give in the song is that he cheated at cards. That's hardly the worst of what he's done. If he's broken, there are a lot of human laws. That's hardly the worst of it. But
the Cats that I remember when I remember the stage play Cats. It's just like a bunch of furries dancing on stage.
That's what it is. That's what the movie is. It has no discernible plot, really. The cats want to die. They fight to die. That's the plot. And it's aggressively bizarre. But go see it. It's an assault on all 5 senses.
Well, it will definitely be an experience. I can tell you.
It's worth seeing in the theater, just even to say you saw it. But I guess that's my message. Go see Cats.
Go see Cats. Michael Strobel, Yale student, 2019. All right, so where can people find you on social media?
Thank you for. I'm glad you asked. This is why I don't do things. I try to lean in and do like a thing, and I missed the arm completely.
That's gonna be the thumbnail. Yeah, make it thumbnail pose.
I'm on Twitter, but I don't really use it, so I'm probably not there. I'm on Instagram, Boxdropper Mike. So check that out. That's where I post most of the stuff. And then I also have a YouTube, which you can. I don't know the link, but I think it's called Mike Strobel Comedy. I don't use the YouTube that much, but you can get to that through the Instagram. And hopefully in the next couple of days, I'm going to be posting like a full 10-minute set that I did a couple months ago. So go check that out, I guess. And I guess that's where I can be found.
Do you also have a YouTube channel, right? Did you mention
that?
Yeah.
That's the one. The Mike Strobel comedy.
Okay, all right.
And I think I don't know, but it's the link to it is definitely in the Instagram. But I post most of the stuff in the little Instagram thing.
All right, so I'll make sure to put those links in the description.
Oh yeah, thank you. That'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah,
I should probably like edit them in also, like make them pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for talking to me, man.
Yeah, no. Come on, thanks for having me. I had a great time, dude. I had a blast. Thank you so much for having me. I hope I didn't go too far off track.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's content.
There you go. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thanks so much for having me.
All right, so thanks for watching, guys. Michael Strobel, Yale student. This is all people care about, Yale student.
Thank you. No, hopefully. It's fun. I was saying the other day, I've been watching this old show on that, because I got this Disney Plus thing, and I've been watching this old show my mom used to watch as a kid called The Adventures of Spin and Marty. And it's like in the 50s, and these little kids go to like a summer camp, and they're like all like, they're like normal kids, and then one kid goes and he's like comes from like a very pampered rich lifestyle, and he's like fancy, like all the kids bring comic books and he brings like these academic texts, and I was like, me going to Yale is the flip of that. Like all the kids are Marty and then I'm Spin. So then it's
I'll make sure to check it out, because my free trial from Disney Plus is about to end, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had to watch all Mandalorian.
Did you watch the last one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, don't tell. I'm 3 behind. I gotta watch that. I gotta watch a couple still, but.
Okay, I'll make sure to check out that thing you were talking about. But anyways, guys. Oh yes, go ahead.
It's very of its time. It's a 50s sitcom, but it's weird. You might like it.
All right, so guys, I'll make sure to put all of his stuff in the description. Make sure you go check him out. Pretty funny guy. Make sure you look at his stand-up. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. All right, see you.
Have a good one.